Now we would like to begin our awards tonight. First, with our top seniors. The top seniors of the year are not only highly accomplished students, but assets to our community as well. Learning is put immediately into action, understanding into solutions, and compassion into service. Each of our top student honorees will receive a scholarship from the Charlotte Post Foundation, and I would like for the presenting sponsor, James Taylor, PhD, Chief Diversity Officer and Vice President of Carolina's Healthcare System, to please join me now on the stage.
Good evening. I'll first begin by saying that my colleagues and I from Carolina's Healthcare System, we are honored, we are delighted, we are so very proud to serve as presenting sponsor and partner for this Best Awards Gala hosted by the Charlotte Post. I would be remiss to share, if I did not share publicly, what I've told Mr. Johnson privately on a number of occasions, and that is that during a time in which mainstream media offers us daily reminders of what is not working well in our communities, thank you for creating a platform that reminds us of just how great and how leaderly we can be. We applaud the efforts of the Charlotte Post Foundation for providing a voice to those of us who oftentimes do not have one throughout the state of North Carolina through this gala for the past 17 years. How about another round of applause? Several of you have heard me share on a number of occasions that the diversity posture at Carolina's Healthcare System is relatively direct and straightforward. Simply put, diversity is how we achieve our mission, and it's how we grow our business. Given the nature of what we do in healthcare, issues of diversity and inclusion can oftentimes be the difference between life and death. For us, the consequences are far too dire. There's too much at stake for us to sit silent on the urgent national problem of health disparities that run rampant in our community. Carolina's Healthcare System recognizes that diversity and inclusion is a journey, not a destination, where no one, self-included, knows everything there is to know about every single culture that there is. But instead, as a collective organization, we have the cultural humility to learn that which we don't know if it means improving the health status of those communities that we serve. And given our unwillingness to ebb and flow in our commitment to diversity, it's important that we at Carolina's Healthcare System, that we team with partners like the Charlotte Post, who have the courage to serve as change agents for justice, equity, and change agents to eliminate, not reduce, but eliminate disparities of all type in our community. And with that, I say again on behalf of Carolina's Healthcare System, I again thank you, Charlotte Post, for your willingness to uplift excellence and to build a more diverse and inclusive future for our great community. Thank you.
Our top senior runner-up. Our top senior runner-up graduated from Mallard Creek High School with a 4.6 GPA. You can applaud that. She served on the Executive Student Council, and her academic success garnered her inductions into the National Honor Society, Health Occupation Students of America, the Math Honor Society, the Science Honor Society, and the Spanish Honor Society. Outside of class, she was also very busy as a member of the Grace AME Zion Church Choir and tutor for an after-school program for children with challenges. At home, she assists her younger sister who has Down syndrome and credits her, quote, misadventures with Lizzie with teaching her vital life lessons and giving her a greater purpose in life. She is now pursuing a degree in developmental psychology at UNC Chapel Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn to our video to learn more about Miss Julia Whitfield, our Senior of the Year runner-up.
Earth Angel is a suitable title for this year's Student of the Year runner-up. While many young people Julia Whitfield's age place themselves at the center of the universe, Julia selflessly focuses her attention on the needs of others. It is this extraordinary perspective, along with her drive for scholastic achievement, that inspired this account of her encouraging journey thus far.
I have a younger sister with Down syndrome, but I've always been used to helping her and taking care of her. She was sick a lot when she was younger. She's probably my sole inspiration. She's had a very large impact on my personality and the things I care about throughout my life. So I really appreciate her for that because it's given me a greater purpose.
This elite scholar is looking to apply her academic talents toward undergraduate study in developmental psychology and ultimately on to pursuing a career in pediatric medicine. But Julia is also stoking the flames of an entrepreneurial interest that perfectly aligns with her giving spirit.
And I kind of have this other dream to start a bakery franchise that employs people with disabilities and gives them a job and teaches them how to live in the community independently.
It is hard work that transforms talent into achievement, but even the hardest working and most driven struggle with fear and doubt at some time. And it is in these moments where the investment Julia's parents made in strengthening her confidence pays off.
Sometimes I have my days when I'm down and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the world is so big and I feel like I have to climb a mountain to do all this schoolwork and all the stuff I do, but most of the time I think there's potential for me to do whatever I want.
What we look for, we tend to find, and Julia Whitfield has a message to help our community's caretakers to believe in her generation's potential and help our children to see it in themselves.
Just have faith in our generation. I think a lot of older people think that all teenagers are the same. A lot of the students who aren't doing these bad things, they're not recognized as much because they kind of fade into the background. So even the worst student could have a good heart and they want to help in the community, but if you don't support these kinds of programs, they'll never be recognized and they'll never have that chance to make a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, our top senior runner-up is Julia Whitfield.
First, I'd like to thank God for everything He's done for me and all the things He continues to do for me. Next, I'd like to thank my family and friends for their endless support and love, especially my sister for shaping who I am and giving me a kinder heart and a more open mind. And finally, I'd like to thank the Charlotte Post for recognizing me, because I've just worked so very hard and for such a long time, and I just never thought anyone would recognize little old me. So I'd like to thank you all for coming too.
Congratulations, Julia.